Nope, this just got real.
Hello, everybody.
real.
Thank you guys for being here on today. We know a lot of people are trying to be creative agents because our focus today is about expanding your options and being that creative agent. But before we do that, let's see how else, you okay? It is cold. Okay. How else you guys have been creative? Tell us something good. Tell us something good. Online as well. School started.
Yeah, that's something good, right? I
For
think.
Fort Bend. It's been a little challenging for me today.
That's an understatement.
So, anybody? Bueller? Tell us something good.
Come on, CW, you got something?
Okay.
All right, you go.
So we got CW real quick.
Hold on, hang tight.
Hold on real
hang
quick.
tight.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 new listings coming up, one in Spring Branch and one in Sugar Creek.
Whoop, whoop. So
Awesome.
y'all go look at that. Bring your buyers, promote it, right? 2 new listings coming up, Spring Branch and Sugar Creek.
I'm just tapping.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, so I just started back here a couple weeks back. We took the open house class. What was that? Last week?
I think a week ago. Yep.
So that same evening, I was driving through a neighborhood, seen a house for sale, called the agent, printed out 25 flyers. I went and did door knocking that Friday, open house that Sunday. I have an investor client and 2 leads.
There you go. Hey, it works, y'all. Hey, it gotta work. It works if you work. That's it.
I'm not done.
Oh,
and there's more.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And I got married 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
You could have led with that, you know, right?
Congratulations.
Could have led with that.
Right? No.
Oh, God,
family, then business. God, family, business. Live as a family. Anything else?
Online, somebody online, something good.
Right?
What you got online?
Nobody? Do we have people online?
Yeah.
We
have an initial walk today.
Oh, say it again.
I have a first walk today and closing next week.
Oh,
There you go.
first final walk.
walkthrough.
First final walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. Awesome.
Sounds good.
Congratulations.
Sounds good. Congrats. Many more to you. All right.
All right.
Well, I guess we'll
That's good.
move on down the line.
Oh, Carl. Okay, cool.
We got a couple of different upcoming classes and events that we want to make sure we put on your radar. First one is Mega Camp. Want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, again, I know it sounds like we're keep beating that drum. It's for a reason, right? A lot of value, a lot of information. You know, we have 2 opportunities for you to take advantage of it. Gary Keller is going to be in front of everybody with his research team, providing valuable information as the market landscape is changing. Please take advantage of it. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I was just going to add to that. You know, we've been talking about shift and we've been talking about how this market is moving from being speed-based to skill-based. And part of building your skill as an agent is to constantly invest in your education and understanding. Going to MegaCap is a perfect opportunity for you to add more tools into your toolbox so you can come back and promote yourself as an expert for your community.
Yeah, I love how it was said to me the other day, a couple of weeks ago. It's like, okay, if you don't take that content from Gary and others there, how far behind in your business of the market are you going to be? Okay, because it's going to take time for that information to trickle down to you and then for you to implement, as opposed to you getting it immediately and being ready to implement it into your business. Okay,
Absolutely.
2 ways, right? You can attend in person. It's the absolute best way because you add the education with the networking. Okay, and you know, and so it's definitely an experience, a great KW experience. The other opportunity, if you can't, again, okay, in person, forgot to mention, it's down the road. It's in Austin, easy drive. Okay. It's August 21st through 23rd.
No.
Okay. 22nd through 24th.
Yes.
Okay. It's 2 days. And
technically 23rd and the 24th. If you go on the 22nd, it's there. What's up, CW?
I was going to tell you, when I make that this family reunion in Austin, and I was like doing an all-nighter coming back from Florida and then trying to go there. I didn't want to drive. And the mega bus was fun.
Yeah.
A bunch of you guys might want to do that because it's like $25 or $39.
that was Dallas, right? When you went to Dallas, right? Last time.
To Dallas. Yeah, Dallas. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
awesome.
in Austin. But you can, I think they go there. But anyway.
They do.
you get a group of people and then you just have a party all the way there.
Party bus.
And it's
Mega
cheap, too.
bus for mega camp. Love it.
Hey, how about that?
There it is.
Yeah, and
We're
then you
directing
don't
the
have
party
to
bus
worry
with
about
CW's
cost
idea
of
in our
gas
house.
and everything the way it is now, and
Yeah.
mileage on your car. It's kind of I had a good time on it. I was by myself. Just party.
Party.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
All
Okay.
right, perfect.
If you can't make it in person, do not forget there's a digital virtual option.
Yeah.
All right. Big thing about that is it's not, if you cannot get to it live, you have access for a couple of months. Okay. So you can go back and rewatch the content and all the breakouts and all of the information.
Yeah, you just
Okay?
missed some of the connections that you'll make over there as
Sure.
well.
But you do.
All
get the
right, so
content.
August 27th, hey, you guys loved it. You showed up big time, so we're putting it out there again. We have Command Boot Camp happening. What are the times for that? Do you know?
We're saying right now 9 to 3.
Okay. That's a
Saturday, August
Saturday.
27th. Is it a good thing or a bad thing that I'll be there this time?
I think it's a bad thing.
Okay, so we won't say.
We
I'll
won't
be
say
there.
that
Okay.
Nimesh will be there.
Okay.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Is it the same cost for Mega Camp, for it being in person?
Compared to
For digital? Oh, it was. what?
digital's 149.
Yeah.
Digital's 149. In person is 649, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
Whole $500 difference, but worth it. All right, then we also have September 8th, Quantum Leap. Many of y'all may or may not know about Quantum Leap. It's an opportunity for you to understand how to take your business from one end to the next, right? And it's a personal journey as well, right? We have to first feed ourselves to then feed our business. Your business grows to the extent that you do. Right.
Mhm.
So Quantum Leap, we're having Dick
Dick Dillingham.
So very, very well known in the Keller Williams family. Is definitely something you don't want to miss. So be on the lookout for registration for that.
Well, the
September
registration is out.
is out.
3 key pieces to that. First and foremost, we are hosting it on behalf of the region. Okay. So if this is not a Keller Williams Southwest exclusive event. So if you're interested in taking it, sign up quickly because this invitation is out for all of the KW agents in the region. Okay. There is a cost to it. The region sets the cost. We don't. It's $99 right now. It's a tremendous value. All right.
Space is limited. Make
Yep.
sure you're there.
Okay. Big thing about it. Many top producing agents in this company. They attribute that to Quantum Leap. That was a changing factor in their life and their business. Okay. And for those tenured agents in here that have heard of Quantum Leap before, this is the adult version, not like because the Quantum Leap is available for teens. All right. This is the adult version, just in case there's any confusion out there.
Okay. It's September.
It's
Oh, I thought you said, when is it? I'm sorry.
what is Quantum Leap? Quantum Leap is a program that Gary built years ago, and it's about self-awareness, self-growth, right? It's I wish I had a
Yeah,
better way of explaining it.
That's pretty much how I put it, right? Where your business is growing based on how you do. It's understanding what is the maximum of where you're trying to go and then how to leap to that maximum, right? And then implementing that in your business and in everything else that you do. This is where he starts reflecting on how have you been doing in the past and then looking at how you can move forward from there.
It's more about life than it is about specific
business.
business. Yeah,
Right.
it is.
It
I
is
believe
all
it
day.
starts at 8 a.m. and it's going to be till at least 3 or 4 or something like that. Yeah. Yep. Then that's probably what it is. Yeah.
Okay. And then we haven't had a KW family night in a minute. So we're bringing it back. And this time with the Space Cowboys, we're only doing one this year. Well, this season, I guess you can say. So make sure you're there. It is free. However, if you say you're coming and you don't show up, there will be a cost. Okay. We want to make sure we show out. We show up and we show out in our sea of red. It's going to be awesome. So if you participated last year, make sure you participate this year. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
So anyway, I'm on the marketing committee and that's one of my projects.
This,
So
yeah.
everybody better come.
Yeah.
That's right. He's watching you and he has
I'm gonna be
special
watching. I got
glasses
eyes
too
on
to
you guys,
take
but
note.
we're going to have 300 tickets. Okay. And we're going to be, last year we were on the right side. They didn't have 300 there. So we're going to be on the left side, which he says is actually even better. It's better seats.
Mhm.
It's a lot of fun.
It
So
is.
we're getting back with
September
Oh,
24th.
no, we're going to
Space-
watch a
baseball.
game, baseball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you haven't heard of the
that-
Space
it's
Cowboys,
called
it's the
Space
Skeeters. Yeah.
Cowboys,
Yeah.
The
Keith.
Skeeters now are Space Cowboys, right?
It's Lance
Yeah.
McCullough's bobblehead night.
Oh,
You
that'd be a
get there
good
early,
one.
you get a Lance McCullough bobblehead. Okay.
Well, see,
don't
last
know.
time it was
And,
Alex
yeah,
Bregman.
that's worth going just for that.
No, like from our thing, who
Yeah.
throws out the first pitch.
Oh, I got you. We
know.
don't know
I don't know
yet.
yet. We don't know who.
Cool.
Third base. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shredding hunger. This is one of your opportunities to make people aware of who you are. You have an opportunity to white label this and make it your own event. 2 events will be happening on that day. October 15th, Shredding Hunger and Pet Adoption. Right here in our parking lot. One side will have the cute furry babies. And then on the other side, we're going to be donating so people can keep their babies alive, right? Shredding Hunger.
You just looked that up?
I did. Like these things just roll out. Sometimes they need to roll back in, but
You need to roll some more there because it's shredding hunger for the people and it's shedding, like in dog shedding.
oh, they
Shedding
didn't give us
hunger.
that. Shredding
Shedding
hunger and
hunger.
shedding. But then I kind of don't want to mix
CW. We should have just had CW up there.
pet hair with food. Like I don't know. But anyways, it's
For
on
the-
2 different
For the pets.
sides.
Right.
That is
Anyway,
shedding.
Yeah, we're trying to get people
cute.
on the pet adoption side.
Yes.
Or some like some vendors that might help contribute
Mhm.
to it, possibly a mobile service. So if you guys have anybody that you think that could help promote this and would contribute, then the whole idea is just to
Let us know.
make it
Cool.
aware of people. So we
Yeah,
appreciate
looking
your
for more
help.
vendors.
Awesome,
Appreciate that.
CW.
Thanks,
Thank you.
CW. And then finally, October 29th. So this is just what's going on between August and October. We have our trunk or treat, and that's also happening here in the parking lot. You'll find out more information about it. It's a free event for you to also, again, promote yourself, promote the office. And it's basically like trick or treat, but trunk or treat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
That's
It's a lot.
That's
It's a lot.
Oh, mega camp, go, just in case. Look, August 23rd and 24th.
Where did you come up with the 21st in the first place?
'Cause I'm going on the 21st, but okay. All right. There we are, 649, 149. See, I knew that part.
Mhm, you did. If
Okay.
you're interested, you could go ahead. We'll
Dan,
keep it
I
there
guess we
for a
should let this
second.
flow.
Mhm. We're good. All right.
Oh, sorry, Alice. Oh, just come see me
Alright.
after. Wait, why do you have it? going?
Because I got a BBL moment.
Oh,
Stop
BBL.
trying to, hate on my BBLs.
All right.
All right. It's time for a quick BBL. All right. So last week we talked about content and finding content. If you want to put yourself out there wait a minute, go back. Okay. If you want to put yourself out there as an expert, then you have to have engaging information to draw the people in. So we talked about there are a couple of pillars that you can work with. There are 3 categories: educational, inspirational, and promotional. And last week we talked about the educational, right? And there were 3 different content pillars to wrap around there. So this week we're looking at the other 2, inspirational and then promotional. For inspirational, why did she do that? Or it's not.
Mhm.
I got to work on that with my lady. Okay, so when you're dealing with the inspirational portion, you're looking at, this is really making your audience feel inspired and feel closer to you and your brand. So you want to give them content that inspires them. This is some motivational quotes. This is some things to keep them moving forward. Just whatever you feel like your audience needs to get them feeling better, and looking at you in a positive way. Then you want to share fun facts and stories about you. Your audience wants to connect to you. So share something about you that might be, somewhat personal, right? Don't get too personal, unless that's your brand, but somewhat personal, but helps them to connect to you. And then finally, share things that will help shift their mindset and build their confidence, right? Shifting people's beliefs, really making them feel more confident or changing their feelings about something that they may be feeling bad about. You can get them and then get them on your side because of this, right? Because you're helping them shift their mindset and their beliefs. So that's for inspirational. For promotional, This is where is a content pillar that you're taking this information and it's sales related, and it's more about promoting the products and the services that you provide, right? So the first thing that you want to do is it's going to address objections. So think about it. What are some common objections people might have about utilizing your service? Think ahead of that and create the solution. And so then when you're making your post is going to walk them through a solution for an objection they didn't know they really had. Right. And so you're putting some information there. 2, sharing proof, social proof. That's supposed to say social proof or testimonials. So of course, one thing that you guys already do, and I see is, okay, this home was just sold, but that's not the only social proof that you can send. Testimonials that they have is some form of a social proof. You can talk to some of your allied business partners and have them explain or give a little testimonial about you, or put some type of social proof out there. And then finally, promote something that promotes your services. So anything that directly promotes the service that you do. So if maybe it's that you can get them connected with a lender who has a specific loan product, right? And so now they need to DM you, or they need to get in contact with you. Or maybe it's a newsletter that you're putting out there, or maybe a cheat sheet for how to buy a home in 90 days or less. Someone take that title, right? And so now you're directly promoting a service that you're doing, okay? So these 9 things, if you count them up, right? We had 3 specific pillars and then 3 things inside of them. This is your content matrix. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in our conversation. This is how you can find content. Matter of fact, with these pillars, and then whatever you put on the top that you actually do as a service, you can create 100 pieces of content that you can put out in 1 month. And you can do that in less than a week. Okay, so I've given you the framework. We'll talk more about that later.
Cool.
All right, that's it for me.
I don't have anything to add.
Oh, well, skip you.
Oh,
we're talking
that's
about-
us now.
that's
Okay,
us.
so that's
okay.
me. Okay,
Okay.
cool. All right, so.
All right, so we've been talking a little bit about shift, and we've been saying a couple of different things in terms of how do we master this market? And it requires you kind of expanding who you are and getting creative as an agent. Let's talk a little bit. What are some things we've talked about what's going on in this market? What are some challenges we're having? Online as well, y'all can talk about it. What are some challenges we're having with this market? Common things.
Sellers still think they're gonna get gold for their house.
Absolutely. Sellers think that they're going to get gold, so they're pricing it over the market itself. Great. What else? Interest rate. What about it? Okay. Interest rates are higher. Okay. They'll talk a little bit about that, right? What else? So it's perceived. Okay. What else? I'm sorry, inflation. This whole big thing about inflation and why people keep messing with what's going on, right? Anything else from an agent perspective? Supply, month supply of inventory. Great, right? So if we have enough, right? Are we still in a seller's market? Is it shifting to a buyer's market? So these are all things we've been somewhat talking about in these last couple of months. So how do you as an agent combat what's going out there and tell a different story, right? To your clients and your prospective clients, so they now see you as the expert and see you as the solution. And that requires, we're going to focus a little bit on the internet marketing portion of this, right? We'll insert some other things that you can do from an offline version, but for the most part, we're looking on the online version and how you can help yourself and move forward. One, because the cost for that is low, right? And we talked last week about if you do it right. We talked last week about reducing your expenses, right? And how to do more with less. And this is one great way. When we position this information, the mesh is going to focus a lot on how we can use our tools like Command to do this. And I'm going to focus on some other creative methods for you to do it. Y'all good with that? Great. So when it comes to how do you even get in front of these people as the expert, they got to know you exist. So if you're not currently on social media, please get on it. You do have a website, our office provides it, but you want to make sure it doesn't need to be perfect. It does need to look professional. If you're on Instagram, which is one of the things that we're focusing on, right? Underneath your Instagram tag name or whatever needs to be either your name or the service that you provide. So you're putting something like realtor or business coach. I don't know whatever you want to say, right? Consultant, real estate consultant, real estate agent. So when they're searching for it, you actually pop up. So there's this level of awareness. You have to be searchable. When it comes to our Keller Williams information, how's a way that they can be searchable? That's you.
All right.
In command. You want to be searchable. So we'll talk about that, right? You're going to target the traffic coming into your Instagram by being searchable. So you're going to build your awareness, and then it's going to become about attraction. So first is awareness. Make sure you're out there. We're not going to spend too much time on that because I'm pretty sure most people are out there, right? Then it's the attraction. That's the actual content that you're putting out there. And then who you're sending that out to. So later on at the end of this, we're going to talk about that content. That's where these questions are going to come from. But right now, let's look at how do you send it out.
Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, Verna. Now, what I want to focus on is something a little bit more outside the box. Okay. We talked ad nauseum about, and she's great about giving you guys messages on how to promote yourself on social media through the different channels, right? And that's typically connecting with your sphere or the outreaches of your sphere, people connecting to you. But how can we connect with people that we don't know? All right. And what are some tools outside of the box that we can utilize? Now, this was something we were showing and teaching a couple of years ago when it was, in its adolescence phase. But now where the market's going and where we are in the technology, where the industry's going, it's starting to be really pivotal. Okay. So Gary Keller actually shared a great quote today that really helps our meeting. All right. He said that, and it's straight out of Shift. It was a quote out of Shift. And he said, your market must match. I apologize. Let me start over. Your message must match your market to be effective. All right. And what we know today is the market is changing. So how can we adjust our business that way, think outside of the box and connect with the motivated, right? That's our challenge moving forward, is finding the motivated consumer. All right. So when we're talking about online, there's 3 areas of focus. Okay. The first one she was just alluding to, and that is internet presence. Okay. You must have an internet presence. All right. In various different facets. All right. Second, you must lead generate for traffic. Okay. Online traffic, have the consumer. Yeah. It's again, what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, the message and the method. All right. So go ahead.
I'm sorry to kind of interject, but especially if you are, and we're talking about social media, please do not confuse the vanity metrics as your sales metrics. What I mean by that is just because you have 10,000 followers, that does not automatically equate to business. So when we start talking about the lead generation methods for that social media, it's how do you convert your followers to clients? Does that make sense? So don't be fooled when you're seeing this. Oh, this person has 37,000 clients. Look, our job is not just to be influencers. We're influencers by nature. We're in sales, right? But not the influencers that you're talking about on social media. Our job is to convert those people who we are influencing to utilize our services so we can help them solve a solution. So do not be confused with vanity metrics, as that's equating to you actually doing business. But we're going to teach you how to convert your followers into clients. Make sense?
Yeah,
Right.
because all you're going to get at the end of the day are a bunch of likes,
That's it.
right? And you're not
Them
gonna get,
attaboys.
right?
And attaboys don't pay
Yeah.
my bills. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe it pays your bills, but it don't pay my
Right?
bills.
Yeah. So we're talking about you're trying to attract the leads to come to you, right? And then of course, at the end of the day, we still gotta, what you just said, convert those leads.
Gotta convert them.
Okay. All right. So what's a tool that we can utilize? All right. So we're starting the conversation with, let me ask you a question. Okay. What's a lead aggregator? Anybody know what a lead aggregator is? Nobody? All right. So a lead aggregator, okay, is a company or a source, right? A technology that essentially creates leads, and then turns around and sells them to you,
Yeah, so
Okay.
they aggregate the leads.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and sell. So
right?
a common one would be
Come on, guys, all at once.
Zillow.
Zillow,
Right.
right? Zillow is a lead aggregator. So is Realtor.com. And there's so many companies out there that do that, right? Come on, I know your inbox is full of them and you get calls every day, right? Hey, you want to be we think you should be the such and such agent in that area and you will have the only opportunities for these leads, right?
What's the challenge with Zillow? Why can't I just go do that?
Okay, great question. Okay, so man, I was about to make this cool analogy about kids and you can sell one. I have 3, so I can afford it. But if y'all don't, then man, you just totally killed that.
Okay, go
All
ahead,
right.
rewind.
No, I already sold the kids. All right, so here we go. Okay, so why not Zillow? Okay, or like Zillow? Okay, because what they're basically doing, right? Well, let me ask you this: Zillow captures leads. Okay, Zillow captures leads, your leads, and then they turn around and sell them right back to you. Okay, and why is that not cool? Well, because first of all, they're charging you for these leads. Okay, you're going to be I'm just using Zillow as the example, Zillow exclusive agent, but you're not exclusive. Okay, and you're going to pay them for this service. We're going to throw a bunch of leads at you, which most of them are crappy. Okay, and in the event in which you will convert some, if you convert some of those, at the end of the day, when you close, you still owe them a cut, so you pay them twice. All right, so you just worked all of that for a very small portion of what the total revenue was, right? The total gross was, all right?
I mean, Zillow is actually pretty cool. It's just that you didn't think about it. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And
All right.
since you didn't think about it, you're not standing to gain the most from it. So how do you become your own Zillow?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, so here's the thing. Before we even get to that, who holds the leverage when you're getting your leads from a aggregator like Zillow in your business? You or Zillow? Right, exactly. And on top of that, where's the loyalty, right? You're building a business to gain loyalty from your clients, your sphere, right? Or eventually be your sphere. What's stopping somebody that came to you from Zillow to just go back to Zillow the next time or recommend, a referral to Zillow? Oh, I got my agent from Zillow and it was great and it worked out fine. Well, you should just do the same, right? So that's why. Well, what if I told you that you could be your own lead aggregator? Okay. That's what you want, Mano? All right. Well, that's what I'm going to show you. Well, what if I told you that we have the tools for you to be your own lead aggregator, right? Being the privilege of being the largest single branded real estate company in the world, we have the privilege of being the only direct partner of Meta or Facebook and Instagram and Google. Okay. So we actually have that integrated into Command. Okay. All right. So you can actually come into campaigns and run social media ads. All right. Now, I want you to think big. All right. You don't have, I'm not talking just here, just don't be small-minded, narrow-minded, just think big. Okay. So for example, I was playing with KW Labs last year and I ran a couple of ads to test some of this stuff out. Okay. And I ran 3 ads here, okay, across the Meta platform. All right. And I just labeled them. This is 7/19 last year. Okay. And I ran 3 ads at the same time. And I just named them by title: Sugarland SF, Sugarland SD, Sugarland LA. Anything stick out about those initials? Don't cheat.
I won't say.
Immediately. Say it louder, Amanda.
They're California.
They are California. SF stand for San Francisco, SD is for San Diego, and LA is for
Why would he do that?
LA. There was a lot of people moving from California to Texas. So I'm going to go ahead.
Their message must match your market to be effective. Y'all see that?
Okay. So here's an example of what I ran. It's not rocket science. I opened the consumer app, our Keller Williams consumer app, and I opened our market area, which is then outlined in blue, and it brought up every listing on the market. I just took a screenshot of it. Okay, cropped it, stuck it as the image in this ad, and had a caption. All right, it simply says, if you've been casually looking at homes in Houston, you may have noticed how quickly they're selling. If you want to buy, the first step is to work with a true local expert. We're standing by, ready to help you land your dream home. Oh, what's a short picture of me? Oh, presenting. Oh, That's all it said.
I'm sitting
Okay.
with someone already.
Oh, great. All right. That's all it said. Okay. And I ran it in all 3 metro areas. They were showing up on 5,000 people's feeds.
And if you
Okay.
notice, the amounts paid for the impressions and everything, I don't see anything over $30 that was being spent per se. And then you got certain leads from those as well.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. Right. And again, I was just playing around here testing this, okay, for KWRI. But yeah, again, there's nothing, this is what you could exactly do. All right. Here's another example. Okay, that was out, that was, searching for leads that are moving in. All right, well, what about seller leads? Well, here's one I tested in Riverstone. Okay, same thing. I pulled up the app, just did the same thing. Remember, we're the only company that can give neighborhood statistics, okay, neighborhood data straight from our info. So I just took Riverstone, all the listings in Riverstone, took a screenshot and basically targeted sellers in Riverstone and said the number of homes for sales are low and demand is high. What does that mean? It's a seller's market. Buyers are looking for homes in Riverstone now. Let's talk about putting your house on the market. Again, this was last summer, okay? Okay, that's simply what it was. And when they clicked on this for more info, it actually took you through our website. It took you to a page like this that's branded to you. It's your site, okay? I happen to pull up Telfair as an example so you can see a difference. This is Telfair, and it basically gave you Telfair information, average days on market, average home price, average square footage, the active listings on the market, okay? You can search around. Oops, I'm trying to scroll down. This computer, right? And then when you get to the bottom, there's all your info. Okay, it's loading all the listings, okay? And it will be branded to you. Okay.
So given the pillars that I gave you, is this under educational, inspirational, or promotional? It's somewhat educational, but what is it? Promotional. Now, under promotional, which pillar? Is it addressing objections, sharing social proof, or promoting your product or service? Promoting your product or service. Okay. So what happens from
Perfect. Look, super
Here.
awesome, right? And that's not all, right? I got married. No, I've been married a long time. All right. The cool part about this is, right, it can actually, the leads that come in, right, straight from the ads, leads that come in, command can automatically trigger a follow-up to where texts and emails and etc. are going out to the lead without you even lifting a finger.
Okay, because we understand that the process is we first have to capture the lead. What's the next C? Connect with the lead. What's the next C?
Convert them.
Cultivate the lead. And what's the last one? You just
Cuss
said it.
out the lead. Oh, sorry.
Convert the lead. Many of you just capture and don't do the automatic thing he just told you to do, which is to now connect and at the same time simultaneously cultivate it. Right?
Mhm.
So with command, it's triggering this next thing to happen. Once you captured this lead because they engaged, it connected with them and cultivated. So that's command.
I do want to make a point because you said that 3 times, okay? Because I don't want to make it sound like this is like a promotional video, all right, about command. It's not. We have the ability to do this all built in. That's the benefit of it. And guess what? It costs nothing extra to you. Again, that's not what this is for. You can utilize other platforms to do the exact same thing, okay? Just so you know. You can go directly into Facebook and run the ads if you want. The leads can still come in. Here's the difference. It's going to be way more complicated to run the leads through the Facebook platform than it is through command, okay? KW and Facebook came together to specifically make it easier. Not to mention, the algorithm is already built for a real estate ad, which it won't be when you go directly through Facebook, okay? As far as the follow-up goes and the lead capturing the follow-up, you can use other programs to also do that. But you're basically going to use 3 different platforms to do the same thing that command does built in. Okay, just
So it can
saying.
save you some time,
And
definitely
money.
use that, and money. So you can get with our team to help you, right, in building that out. So remember I said he's gonna tell you command, I'm gonna tell you some other things. Have any of y'all experienced it where you put a post up there, be it a sponsored ad or not a sponsored ad, and it's either relationship related or sales related, and you have a tribe of people who are not necessarily gonna click on it, but they're gonna either give you a thumbs up, they're gonna comment, they're gonna do some other things, correct? Great. Don't miss the opportunity to connect with them as well and cultivate them, because it might lead to a conversion. So how do you do that? Whenever they did put that thumbs up, now you go and you take something that's public and you make it private. Go into their message, your messenger or their DM, and you simply say, now, before you do that, go to that person's profile, scroll up and down just a little bit so you see what's going on in their world, right? That could help you, especially if something traumatic just happened, right? And then now go into their private message, and you're just gonna simply say, hey, thank you so much for liking my photo or liking my blah, blah, blah. Are there any things that you suggest I can do? Some type of way of connecting with them. Another way to take that a step further to make yourself stand out is send them an audio message or do a quick video and send that to them as well. Videos are very, very impactful. CW.
Yeah, I just wanted to say on that.
Do we have a mic
No.
for him?
Anybody, if a friend in Facebook, you'll get a birthday notification.
Mhm.
So we
I already
have
did
an
that.
automated process that they get a little video birthday card. When they respond to it. Okay, video birthday card on Facebook. People that you don't know that are not necessarily already in your database, you can, when they go, oh, thank you, because a lot of people don't get a birth. Nobody recognizes it. That's the most important day in the world for for everybody. So anyway, when they say thank you, you look and you go, oh, they're not in my database. So then you message them back and say, hey, I wanted to call you and wish you a happy birthday, but I don't have your information. Would
There
you
you go.
mind, giving it to me so I can call you in the future? 90% of the time, they'll give you
They
the
will do it.
information.
That is awesome.
I would take that a step further. And I know it tells you up to 3 days before it's their birthday. Send it to them before their birthday, the day before, because you're one of the first people to send it to them in case they start getting all these birthday messages, because everybody gets notified of it, right? So that's a great way. Thank you so much for bringing that to light, CW. Great pattern.
Yeah. All right. I want to add one more thing, right? We were talking about this capture that she circled here, and I want to point out, well, okay, it was great. I showed you about the ads, how to run the ads. I told you, don't think small, think big, run them outside of your market area, right?
This is a good
Yet I picked California. Why randomly? Well, that's because everybody on the planet knows that people from California are moving to Texas, right? That was the case last year. Could that still be the case now? Yeah, probably, but where else, right? I didn't just make it up, or you don't have to be some expert, right? Guess what? Because our system kind of gives you a little notion on that too. If you actually come into the referral section and are on the map, that's where I am, okay? You can actually see every agent at Keller Williams in their production, right? Just for referral partnerships. There is actually a feature in here called referral pattern.
Now watch this.
And it tells you exactly where the referrals are going in and out of our area.
So now you can target where are people coming from and make sure that your message is going there. So if you're doing YouTube, if we know California, San Diego specifically, we can put that in our title or in our description on our YouTube videos. We can put that on our hashtags, right? So that way, remember, you've got to build awareness. They got to know you exist first and foremost. Then you have to attract them, and an attraction is with your message. Then you want to, nurture them with what you're doing to connect and cultivate that conversation.
Let's look at some cool data here.
Yep.
Look, outside of the Texas area, which are obvious referral patterns, people move within the state, right? For various job reasons and family and whatnot. But if we look outside of that, some that you may have not even thought of. Now, where does this data come from? This data comes from our Keller Williams referral data. Okay. This is where Keller Williams are referring to other Keller Williams agents. Okay. The more we use it, the more it's going to grow. More data we receive, the better it's going to get. Right. So outside of Texas, we have Raleigh, North Carolina. All right. This is to Sugar Land. Okay, not even just the greater Houston area. This is just a Sugar Land, Raleigh, North Carolina, Bronx, New York. After that, Lafayette, Louisiana, Atlanta, Garden City, New York City, okay, and so on. Trussville, Alabama. You probably didn't even think of half of those. Yet there's a lot of people moving here from those areas. Okay, what's up, CW?
You might as well just come
No,
on.
no, I
up
told you
here,
we should
right?
just had him up here.
We got, where's that mic? Just leave it with us.
From an agent in Georgia that I referred people to. I'll be getting a $6,000 referral fee. So, you
Simple.
know, it's
Yeah,
easy stuff. Here's their name and number, hook them up together and boom,
yeah.
money in the mailbox.
Love it. That's another income stream, right? So as I said, you have such a robust network in our company that it's an additional income stream. This information is referrals coming in. This is incoming, inbound leads, okay? Inbound potential transactions, and you can flip it and it'll be, where is it going out of the Sugar Land area? Okay, so different results. Okay, so this is where you could potentially partner with somebody in these respective areas and have a business partnership.
Yeah, grow your business through referrals.
Cool.
Okay,
All right.
that's awesome. Valuable? Great. All right, so let's keep it moving. All right, so now we want to say, now you know different ways that you can put it out there. We already have social media. Then we have, okay, targeting specific audiences that's outside of our market area. And you might be asking yourself, that's fine and dandy, we know this, but what do we share? Right? And so the attraction portion comes from just asking yourself, and you can ask and poll our audience here. We're all experts to a degree, right, of what we do. Certain questions. And these questions are, what are different objections that you're hearing? Ask yourself these things, okay? What are some fears that the audience may have? Do they need to actually invest in me? What desires do they have? And once you list all these things, then you got to ask yourself, well, what can we do to create, or what answers can we provide? So I just want to poll our audience. What are some questions that you are getting? What are some challenges or objections that we're getting? This is going to be the content. We're going to take one of these and we're going to actually build content. And I'm going to show you how you could take this one piece of information and create almost definitely a month's worth of things and almost 100 pieces of content for it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some, but I need your participation. Give me some.
Waiting for prices to crash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prices
When
too
will the
high.
prices? When will
Prices drop.
the prices drop?
Oh, Siri.
Oh, Siri.
Siri
was answering?
knows, yeah.
Okay. All right. What's another question? That's
Is
it?
is this the right time to buy?
Okay.
Thank
Great.
you, Lupita.
Is this the right time to buy?
Happy birthday, brother.
What
Thank
else?
you.
If I sell my house, where will I move? What else?
Our interest rate's still going to go up or down.
What will happen to the interest rates?
Mhm.
What else? I'm gonna do two more. What is the market looking like right now? One more. Can I afford to buy right
Or I
now?
can't. It's an objection straight up.
Oh, it's
I
an
can't.
objection.
Like I
I
can't.
can't. Got you. Let me give you the formula first. Huh?
No, there was nothing.
Oh.
It was just.
Before we start answering these things, I want to give you the formula of how you're going to take this one piece of content and do so much with it. Y'all ready? Okay. First thing you're going to do is you're going to choose one of these topics. Notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. If you haven't written this down, you should. Take a picture because now your colleagues just helped you create several pieces of content that you can go put out there on your website. You can use and create a solution and push it out through command. You can create an ad out of it and do so many more things, okay? So if you haven't written this down, please take a picture. I don't know about y'all people out there if y'all can see it. All right, so here's the formula. You're gonna take one piece of this evidence or these questions or objections or whatever it is, and you're gonna come up with what the solution is and how you help them address this. If you don't know the answers, go start talking to our ally business partners and get the answers. Then you're going to do one long video, about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, giving the answer, right? The way you do it first is you're going to first set them up with telling them what the problem is, because this is how they're going to identify and want to stay for the rest of the 30 minutes, right? So you're going to tell them what the challenge is. And then you're going to debunk the myth about what they think about that challenge. And then you're going to tell them what your solution and how you help them, okay? I'm being very generic because I haven't selected any one of these things. Once you do that, you're going to submit this video to either someone on Fiverr. You can get with Greg so he can have his content writer. And what they're going to do is they're going to listen to your video and watch it. And then they're going to transcribe it. Are y'all with me so far? Once they transcribe it, you're going to create a newsletter. It's also going to be long form. So how many pieces of things do we have so far? At least 2. Right? The video, the newsletter. Okay? These are the longest things and require the most amount of time. That's why you want to do them first. Okay? Now, from these 2 things, from that newsletter and the advice, either was tips or any one of the things that we said on those pillars that you did, you're going to take that information and you're going to create short scripts, 6 of them from that newsletter. You didn't do anything different. You just took some sentences and you put them as short scripts. Put those scripts on Twitter. It doesn't matter if you have a Twitter account, go open it. All Twitter is doing is allowing you to capture your image in a certain type of way. Now these 6 things are 6 posts that are going to be reels. So how many things do we have so far? At least 8. 6 reels, a newsletter, and a video. How many things did I record? How many research pieces did I do? Y'all get where I'm going with this? You're going to take those 6 reels and you're also going to put them on TikTok, just dumping, on Instagram, right? And on Facebook. These 6 reels that were individual can now be turned into a carousel. Do y'all get that? Then I'm going to take the same 6 reels that were just short things, and I'm going to create 6 quick videos, 1-minute videos, where I'm literally just reading what I said on those 6 snapshot carousels. That's it. Okay? And I'm going to repost those things again. Here's the thing. You may be asking yourself, okay, well, isn't people going to see this on my this and see it? But people consume information in different ways. You just did a video. You have it written form. You have a long newsletter that you can promote and use as a lead aggregator to pull them in. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then each one of these videos are helping to nurture that person without you doing much work. Okay? You can also post all of these things on your website. You can send them out via email. You can create little postcards and send them out as well with the QR code to capture your offline market. Do y'all get the formula? Okay. And then I just did, I don't know, I lost count. Let's just say it was 12 pieces of information. If you did this once a week, that's at least 48 pieces of information. And there's so many more things you can do with it. Do y'all see how you could take a small amount of time and magnify that and promote yourself in that way? Y'all good? Okay, so let's take one of these and just come up with something. Which one do y'all want to use? And I know we got to move forward. So
Is this the right time to buy?
is this the right time to buy? What would y'all say?
Of course.
First of all, how would you build that for somebody? You can magnify that. We don't have time. Okay, so yes, you would tell them yes. Why? Why do people feel like it's not the right time to buy? You got to come up with all the objections, right? The prices are too high. The market is going to crash. And so one thing that people don't take advantage of is in their captions, right? And hashtags. Make sure you hashtag this thing up. But in their captions, actually providing the solution in there as well, in your captions. So not only are you saying it, but in the captions, you're seeing it. This is another way you're nurturing that person to say, you know what? Brenda's pretty smart.
Yeah.
She seems like she knows this market and I need to use her.
Local expert.
Okay. And so you would underline those things and say, hey, many of you may think that the market is going to crash, but the reality is X, Y, and Z. Many of you may feel like the prices are too high, but the reality is, and you can add a little snapshot in your video of what's happening in the market, right? And then you list other things. And then you show them how it's possible to buy a house right now. And tell them you have the resources. I have AMCAP Mortgage who's ready to assist us. If, you know, they have this loan or blah, 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 right? And you provide them with the solution. DM me if you're interested. Now, don't forget, you have a lot of people who just like what you do, and they're going to thumbs up, heart it, or put a comment. What are you supposed to do there? Reach out how? In your private messages, and you continue to nurture them, and you nurture them till you earn the right to ask for their business. Y'all good?
Brenda, I was just gonna say, the majority of those can be answered to say, your buying power is the highest it's going to be right now.
Yep.
Can answer most of them.
Yep. We have the solutions, you guys. You guys already know the answers, but you got to start being ahead of the story and telling them these things, making yourself aware. All right. Oh, I wanted to show you how you take one of these, and I want to tell y'all a couple of hacks.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
the thing open?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta come on this.
So the first thing you want to do, if you are still trying to figure out what content you want, we all have Google.
Oh, let me get out of the way.
It's because, I mean, we all have Google Mail, Gmail, right? Because your KW app is. So that means, and it is a professional one, it's a business one. That means you can get this Chrome extension. So I want y'all on your computers, whenever you have an opportunity, to go in and you're going to simply type in the Google search, keywords everywhere. This is for you to get other topics. You're going to put this extension into your Chrome thing if you don't already have it. Once you have that downloaded, now you can take that question, is this the right time to buy? And put it into the search. And you will see all these keywords that pop up from that search with content information and how many people are interested in that. Okay? This now fuels you to have more content. You may ask yourself, okay, what are other questions people are asking? So you can also type in this, not with the keywords, I'm just saying, you can go to Quora. So Quora is another thing that you can use where they have questions. And you can type in something. Maybe you just say, buying a house, right? And you type it into Quora and you can go there as well. So Quora.com, that's another one. And then the final one I'm going to tell you, I'm just trying to give y'all enough time. We're running out of time, y'all, so I'm trying to go fast. There's a lot of information. It's too much to give in a 1 hour team meeting, which really boils down to 30 minutes, right?
Yep.
So the final one, I want y'all to write this down, is answerthepublic.com. And I'm going to stop at this one and show you how to use that. answerthepublic.com. Yes, they have a paid version. We're not worried about that one. I didn't know it was gonna make noise, sorry. So now you're gonna go on in here to the search. And I'm just gonna type in real estate, just to be easy, and I don't want to type a whole bunch because we gotta go on. But you can easily take in this question or these topics and put it in here, okay? Look how many things pop up with real estate. I don't know why it didn't pop up here.
Well, it's saying you reach your maximum searches.
But
¿Cuál
I'm
era el primero? El segundo era Quora.
Quora, yeah, Quora. I never used it unless
Yeah,
someone has
but
used it
someone's
before.
used it here, maybe that's why.
Oh, no, you can go in there and put a search. I just wanted to demonstrate this because what pops up is who, what, when, where, how. So all the questions, right? The question type things. And it tells you, it'll say like, how do I buy a house in Texas? Or how do I do this? And it's all these questions that are found on the internet that people have put out there. Okay, but if you want more local, get on our closed Facebook group and ask questions. What questions are y'all getting? What are some objections y'all are getting? I think I might just have a lean on me series. And it's a play on words. We're running lean
Oh,
on me, right?
genius.
And so that this way you guys can just kind of collect questions that are happening, and this is content that you can use. Okay, that's it.
Cool.
Was that helpful?
That was all right, wasn't it, guys?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all right. If you want a crash course in how to run all the stuff, Saturday, the 27th, do not forget, I'll be going in depth with it. All right, partners.
Bring our partners up.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, this morning, when I got into the office, Chad had asked some questions just in regards to mortgages and some things that are going on, and maybe some alternative type things for agents to put in front of their buyers. So that, sorry about that, technical difficulties, we got it. So just some different opportunities for buyers to help them with buying in this market with rates going up, with potentially inflation affecting the amount of money that they might have towards a down payment or towards closing costs. So one thing that we talked about last week was that we offer a program. It is specific to the property that's 100% financing. Everyone remember that?
Yeah.
I've had 3 people ask about it. Not much interest in it, it sounds like. 100% financing, no mortgage insurance, 640 credit scores, up to a loan amount of $647,000 with no income limits. It's much better than down payment assistance. It's a fantastic program that's available out there. So that's an opportunity. When we're in a market right now where rates are rising, one question that buyers may have is, does it make sense to look at an adjustable rate mortgage? Is the mortgage rate low enough to offset potential risk? That's a conversation that you as an expert realtor need to get your buyers with an expert loan officer so they can have that conversation and look at the pros and cons. Chad this morning specifically asked, because apparently it's out there, people are wanting to know, does it make sense for me, the buyer, to assume someone's loan? Does anyone know what an assumption is? Let's hear about it.
Just leave it in front of them.
Yeah, just leave.
My day, I guess. Huh? Yeah, these were really popular back, when interest rates went up real fast, especially back in the 80s or whatever. So if anybody had, say, a VA loan at 4%, you could buy it. Basically, you buy out their equity in it and assume their loan.
Correct. So an assumption is that I am going to take over your loan under the idea or the pretense that because 2 years ago when rates were at 3% and today they're at 6% for that loan type, I'm going to take advantage of getting a lower loan. There's good and there's bad, pros and cons either way that you look at it. What happened to home prices in the last 2 years?
Skyrocket.
Skyrocketed, okay? On average, 30% in that 2-year period. The downside with a possible assumption, is that that seller wants to get their equity out of the house. So if you went to take over and assume that low interest rate, assuming you qualify, because it's not just about going in and signing and saying, my father wants me to now start making his mortgage payment and doesn't want to be liable. It doesn't happen that way. The lender that has the loan is still going to make sure that that buyer can qualify. There may be down payment requirements, but also if I had a $300,000 home and it increased in value 30%, there's $93,000 over the last 2 years additional equity. I want that equity. If you want my 3% rate, you're going to have to pay me the equity in my house plus qualify for the loan just to get the 3%. So you really have to look at the numbers to see if they're good options. Some loans are not assumable. The verbiage, the title company ladies right here, Peggy, can tell you that it says this loan is not assumable. It's not an option, unfortunately. So you do have to find out, is it an assumable loan? FHA, VA, and USDA are the most common types that are assumable. But after 1988, 34 years ago, chances are those loans aren't around anymore, right? Since then, though, the VA still had to approve the buyer to be able to assume it on top of the qualifying for the loan. So there are options, but we want you guys to think, throw out options. Yes, sir.
So are you guys seeing, one of the popular things in the past has been, rather than negotiate so much on the price, is to have the seller buy down the interest rate for the buyer.
We have that little class on Monday. Yeah, and so what he is asking for is let's use a seller contribution to help the buyer and apply those to discount points to lower their interest rate so that they can qualify potentially. Number one, we all need buyers that qualify, but also to help them get into a lower monthly payment. Yes, sir.
It also helps your market area, it helps keep the prices up.
Absolutely. Your comps remain high. Instead of seeing that we just dropped the price 20 grand, maybe we do a combination. We reduce it a little bit and the seller offers a contribution towards closing costs, discount points, or other things like that. So please get in touch with us. We're here to help. That 100% program, if you're not pushing that, especially if you're an agent that focuses on listings, we want buyers walking through the door when we have a listing. Doesn't matter if they use the program, they're walking through and they're potential clients for you.
Got to capture them.
You got it. Thank you all.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Bill. Thank
I
you.
want y'all to definitely start paying attention. I didn't see enough people writing things down because this is content for you to use to make and set yourself apart. Secondly, Dale comes up here and other people come up here and they give you additional questions that the audience might be asking. One of the ones, I missed a couple that he put up there, but one of the ones he said is, how can, does it make sense to assume a loan? This is content that you can be using. Two, we're providing, that's for an objection, right? We also provided you with information that you can go out there and promote. A 640 credit score, 100% financing, plus other things. So get with your allied business partners because they're a source of information for you. They can give you the questions that are going out there. You're multiplying your sales force by doing this. They also are seeing some of the questions or getting the questions that you're getting as well, including the title company. Ask them, make that part of your weekly phone calls is to call your allied business partners and ask them for questions. What are some patterns you're seeing? What are some questions that you keep getting? And then you take, like BNP said, you take what you learn and you go educate the market. Does that make sense? So stop just sitting here like deers with their, with headlights when they're giving you golden information and then come back and say, well, we didn't have any content. What? It was riddled with content. Okay. And then our next person. Yes. Who's next?
He said, don't use down payment assistance. Use the 100% financing.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not what he said. So
Okay,
get
then
clarification.
Question, it's gonna be real quick. Question I have, can you use 100% financing and down payment assistance? Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep. So that's a
We have
good
a-
question. Put that on your thing. Can you use down payment? No, I'm saying use that as a question that you now are using on social media. Can you use down payment assistance and 100% financing? Go get educated on that so you can speak to it, but use it as a thing, because now you're addressing some questions they may have. I'm just putting this up here, but you can't even see the bottom anyway, so never mind online posts. Y'all should have been here.
Can you just say all that one more time, but this time with passion?
No, no, I'm just kidding.
That was awesome.
Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Our lunch
Here we go.
sponsor.
Why is this not working?
I have no idea. We have beat it to death.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. We got
Okay.
Raquel here from Fidelity.
Oh.
Yes, please.
Hi, thanks, Marina. Thanks so much.
Now I'm gonna write down some more questions she might have because y'all ain't writing stuff down.
I mean, let's open it up. Who has title questions,
There you go.
right? Anyone?
Due diligence.
Let's just jump to it. I'm gonna put you all on the spot. Are we gonna make it really awkward? Okay, everyone, let me just jump in. Nicole Goulet from Fidelity National Title. Yes, we're providing y'all lunch today. I have the legendary Peggy Lush over here. I know a lot of you have worked with Peggy. Last time I was here, I walked with you all through the Fidelity Palm Agent app. This topic is hot, like this shift. So with that, I mean, you all should be just diving into Gary Keller's book from however many years ago, 14 years ago, Shift. And there are so many tactics. And the one that just stands out the most for me is, being a title person, of course, is the 12th one about bulletproofing your transactions. It's just the nature of this shift, right? It's normalizing and it's normal. We got to just accept that and pivot, adjust ourselves. And so the transactions are not as frequently coming into us, or us going through the transactions as frequently as it had been for the last 28 months, which was amazing. I hope you all feasted and were able to put that money away so that we can continue to work and get back to the fundamentals. So bulletproofing your transaction, what does that mean? It is making sure every facet of your transaction is taken care of. And you are surrounding yourself with the right people, the right lenders, the right title professionals to make sure that your transaction goes smoothly. Also connect with that other agent, right? I mean, these are things that you all know, but this is just something I want to resurface. There's a book that I also read for my own self, kind of professional, personal development. It's New Sales Simplified by Michael Weinberg. If I am ever wallowing or just kind of lifting in the air and I'm just kind of losing my foundation for whatever reason, personally, market shift or what have you, I just put that audiobook on and it just reminds me of the things that I need to be doing, the activities. You need to ask yourself, whatever you're doing at that moment in time, at that given time, is this making me money? Is this putting food on my table? Is this supporting my team if you have a team? So it's just those questions you need to also ask yourself, kind of go really deep, as you're trying to position yourself in the best lead generating position possible in this market. So that's what I have
I love it.
today.
There's a difference between movement and action.
Mhm.
Right? And so some of y'all confuse movement for action that's actually leading to results, because that's what action does. It moves you forward, right? So that's what she's saying, is what you're doing just movement, because you got to get very narrowly focused right now. Or is it actually action that's going to produce results?
And it's a gut feeling. I know I feel it. If I am talking to someone who, I know may not be, will never work with me, right? Just for whatever reason, because of the history or what have you, I will love on that person, because it is all about relationships. But I will think, okay, I need to cut this off in 5 minutes because I need to go to next, just like what you all need to do for yourselves. Okay, just think about, what is this doing for me and my business and the people around me. And also, the one last thing I do want to mention, Brene Brown has her she has a Post-it note, and it's her Square Squad. How you write the names of the people who are those you would do anything for, and they would do anything for you. So take a moment and actually take a Post-it note and write, excuse me, the names of those people, whether it's a Nimesh or Verna, like whoever has your back. So if you're ever, in a slump or feeling uncertain during a shift such as this one, pick up the phone and call them. Sometimes it's just a 2-minute conversation that will just get you just pumped up. I know I have my people in Fidelity that if I'm feeling a little down one day, I give them a call, and next thing you know, it just completely 180s my day, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
I would love to get everyone's business card, and I'm going to collect them, because what I'm going to do is when I'm going to pick that name, and when I meet with you on an appointment, I'm going to have a sweet gift for you. Okay, any questions? No?
Cool.
Okay, all right, thanks
Thank
y'all,
you.
appreciate it, enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Good deal. All right, guys. Well,
All right.
appreciate y'all being here. For those of you that are here, enjoy your lunch. For those of you that are online, make it a good one.
Let us know if there's anything we can do to improve the content we bring to you guys. Hopefully this was valuable.
See ya.
Thank you.